Oh my god. What's going on, you
It
guys?
went somewhere. It took a second. What
What's
you
going? Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got the stream going.
are you serious? Did you get all that?
No, I didn't. It cut out right before I did. What's going on, guys? This is your boy Aries, Fairies Game Productions, and I'm here with my boy Professor Diehard.
You guys just literally missed the funniest thing I just
Yeah,
did.
damn. But today just wanted to say that. Oh, by the way, look at my pretty nasty Chroma Prime we got here going on, looking like a poor man's Lubu. But the actually, depending on how you get him, the rich man's Lubu. But the uh, man, that cape just looks fucking nasty. But anyway, I know my last stream I did of Warframe was me getting Master Rank 10, and we got Master Rank 10. Um, by the way, as soon as you guys get Master Rank 9 or 10, go get this weapon right here, the Ignis Wraith. It turns off the game, so you actually don't have to do anything anymore. You can actually
It's actually a
literally
power button they send you to your house.
yeah, they send it to you in your inbox, your clan inbox, and they just tell you to turn off the game whenever you play. And your Warframe will do all the work for you. But no, me and I wanted to do a video based off of some things that me and I just got through talking about video game franchises that uh, ended up not going the direction that like I wanted them to, and one of them, good to say, is not Warframe because this is like it's like one of the best like Cinderella stories in the industry, honestly. Um, Final Fantasy 14. I have played it when it was really bad, but apparently now it's like one of probably people have argued it's the best MMORPG out to date. Uh, and so that was pretty nice to hear. Once it did kind of take its rise, the glory back, because yeah, the first year or so of that game was just I remember playing it was awful. I think I played it for 2 days and put it down, and then I found out that GameStop doesn't have a return policy on MMOs, so that was even worse. So you actually spend, you actually got to spend $60 on a game that you can't return. And they still had that policy too, by the way. People who try to return Fallout 76 got a pretty rude awakening on that one, especially for
Oof.
people who got conned into the $120 one, or the whatever it was. I think it was like $200 for the deluxe edition for
It goes
76.
by. Here's the cool thing about those stuff. They go by really cool names. Like you know what I mean, like the deluxe edition or the Fallout 76 edition was. Boy, you fucking stupid if you buy this. Like it's pretty impressive. Like and so many people
Yeah.
bought it, and then
Mhm.
yeah, it was so bad.
But I do I do want to start kind of going down the list a little bit. Um, I'm actually going to do some other stuff at the end of the video too, and talk about some other stuff that I know me and Mondo are gonna end up having a good time
Die
talking
Hard.
about. Oh, Die Hard, fuck me running. But so I think me and Di will definitely say like probably one of the ones that we could noticeably see during like our gaming life was probably the Call of Duty series. Uh,
Mhm.
I mean, going from like something Big Red One or whatever it was to Finest Hour, um, Modern Warfare 2 and 3, like all those like pretty universally loved in for good reason. I mean, they're just
Mhm.
really good. They have a good story. When Call of Duty games actually had a story, and uh, then it started to kind of like get weirded out whenever they started doing the Ghost, like they started doing Call of Duty Ghost and
God, that was a terrible
uh,
game.
Advanced Warfare. I actually didn't mind Infinite Warfare's story mode. Actually got to play that game all the way through.
Kevin Spacey.
And no, that was Advanced Warfare. Infinite Warfare was like the actual like futuristic one, where like you had to fight the robots and uh, everything, and that was I think that's actually probably one of the better Call of Duties, unfortunately, that they've come out with. Uh, the story is really good. It's really well acted too. Whoever I forgot who voices the robot in there. The robot, he's like the one of the saving graces of that game. Um, and they also have John Jones from Supergirl, the CW series. Uh, they uh, they actually have him in that game too. So maybe a little biased because I actually really like that actor. Um, he gets to use his British voice too, which is weird to me. Um, but so Call of Duty franchise kind of went off the rails, I think, around the time period of Ghost, and it just kept getting progressively worse because they
Hmm.
didn't listen to anybody. Everybody was sucking off Activision at the time,
Well,
and
they kept making like millions upon millions of dollars off the same thing. If it ain't broke, you don't want to fix it, right?
Mhm.
That's basically what happened. They just kept doing the same shit,
Mhm. Yeah,
and
I
it's
mean
shocking
that's
if you think about it. Just look at how long they got away with it.
yeah.
Just think about just how long they were able to keep selling the same game. Infinity War, what's the other one? Infinite Warfare, and then what's the one you said you played?
Yeah, I played Advanced and Infinite Warfare, but Advanced Warfare was definitely the worser of those two.
But like, they're basically the same game.
Kinda. I mean, one of them you actually do get to go into space and fight, which is really fucking cool. The Advanced Warfare, you still were like kind of ground-based troops, like
Is
boots
there
on
a
the
game
ground.
mode that like you can
The
actually do that?
Yeah. So
Hmm.
that's actually neat. That's actually one of the neater parts of it. Online was really good on that game too. It's still really good. But of course, another one that I think kind of did the same thing, Battlefield. Uh, Battlefield kind of has had its ups and downs since really Battlefield 3. Uh, I consider Battlefield 3 to be kind of like the really like the pure dice formula, kind of untainted, and uh, because that's not only the one that I had the most fun playing online, it's the most fun I had playing one of their campaigns. Besides, I know a lot of people talk about Bad Company. I never actually got to play Bad Company, so I don't actually really know what the story's like there. But apparently, a lot of people say it's good. But uh, Battlefield 4 had a disastrous launch. You can watch the Angry Joe reaction to know everything you need to know about that launch. I think he was on his like eighth or ninth hard crash when he was trying to play the game, and he just got so fed up with it. He did like I think it was like a 25-minute video of him just yelling. He was it was like literally him just
Oh.
yelling at the camera, and that's really entertaining. But it's
And
also
what
kind
game
of
was this?
it was a Battlefield 4,
Hmm.
and I mean he just had like a field day with that game. Hardline Battlefield Hardline was trash. The uh, then they went away from that a little bit into Battlefield 1, and Battlefield 1 was actually really good. I'm surprised how much I enjoyed Battlefield 1 because they went back to the original kind of the formula of what makes dice games really good, which is kind of, all out assault, uh, battle lines,
Oh, it was awesome, dude. No,
capture
I love the game.
posts. I think we actually talked about one point trying to re-download it. I think to uh, play it
I'd be down,
again,
man.
just
It's fun,
because.
especially if you like other people to play it with.
Yeah. The only problem is it's the Battlefront 2 syndrome where it takes up like 100 gigabytes of your data to re-download it again, and I have no intention of re-downloading another 100 gigabyte game anymore. Because I still have flashbacks of Battlefront 2. It's freaking post-traumatic stress syndrome,
Exactly.
and uh, but I will say, and of course, Battlefield 5 I think is kind of riddled with the same thing, an incomplete game that EA and DICE pushed out, and it's really you haven't heard anything about Battlefield 5 ever since. It just kind of died. There's just nobody wanting to play the game anymore because I don't think they even had like a training session for the game. It was like training coming soon, or like everything's coming soon. All this stuff coming soon. The rest of the game, even though it's 70% of it missing, coming soon. Like it's the EA formula failed Dice and it failed Activision and it failed Bungie. And Another game that could be a lot of these are first-person shooters. Notice is Bungie and Destiny. Uh, Destiny. It's actually kind of weird. Destiny 1 is actually better than Destiny 2. Um, that's strange. Um, usually, I mean, the sequel's supposed to improve on the prequel, not the other way around. Um,
Well, I'll say this. There's a lot of people that, apparently the game's a lot better. And I don't know if I don't know what if I would say the second one's better than the first. I have not played. I played the second one when it first came out, and I milked the crap out of it before any of the DLC dropped, and I just got tired of it.
mm,
The problem with those Destiny games and just the mentality they have is that they are so okay with games as a service and giving you the rest of the game later on when there's not even enough to keep you interested and invested. It's just, I'm so done with games like that. Like, seriously, you're going to have to, force me to play games like that again because, I'm never going to waste money on Destiny or any game like that again unless I know there's just a plethora of content that's going to be available at release. And people are like, well, it's better now. I say, I'm so fucking tired of that excuse. I really am. I am so tired of people saying that, hey, well, the game gets better over time, and, we should just be patient. Well, bitch, no, you should have been patient and waited before you released the game.
yeah.
I remember seeing that. I think not Todd Howard, but the guy who made No Man's Sky. The article is very misleading if you don't read it. But he was talking about for his debacle, he had to be quiet, not say anything, and then get the game where it is now. But the thing is, I'm just so tired of these companies releasing these games that are not even full games, and they take up so much room on your hard drive, and they keep adding more and more content that basically takes up everything that you can't play other games.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. It's just God, I'm
Like,
so
it's-
over it, dude.
It's almost like you're forced into a contract with them to only be able to play their game for.
You know what it sounds like? It makes it to where if you download those games, then that means you are less likely to be playing other games.
Yeah.
Because as long as you have that downloaded, you can't play any other big games.
No.
Maybe a couple others, but not a lot. Just think about it. I swear there's research in something like that. I swear they've done research with something like that. I swear.
They probably have. They probably picked some obscure school and they're like, hey, do research on this, and they're like, all right, we'll try. But
Yeah.
they even with Destiny, you had the formula for what would have been actually could have been pretty successful. You had a really good sound team with Marty, the guy who did the Halo soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. And the music's great.
Yeah, and you automatically off of that you're like, okay, sound team did their job, they can go home, rest easy. All the people for the sound team for the Destiny games are awesome.
Where'd the other team come? Where's the other team at?
Yeah,
Did they send the bench line?
The other team was sipping cocktails at the bar. They were nowhere to be found, and it just shows because their formula was fight the same waves of enemies over and over again. Then you're like, but wasn't there a game that we could already? Oh, yeah, it's called Warframe, and it's much better. And then people were like, oh, they're like, that's literally you could see some of the light bulb on people's heads going up because there are people that really were trying to defend Destiny. There are people that were really okay, well, you can't just judge the game
still
off of
exist.
this, and
they still exist.
People don't want to admit it, but they really like Destiny. Nobody said that ever, and
bitch, why are you lying? Bitch, where?
Yeah, where? And so they try to get away with doing stuff like that, and it just ended up backfiring on them. And because of that, nobody plays the game, and you see a lot of angry videos by people who really wanted to like the game. And it's just the videos are titled, I'm done with Destiny, or I'm done with, or I'm, and it just makes me sad to kind of see that, because you really could tell the person really wanted to like that game. Like they were going to put all their creative content into that game, and they just ended up shitting the bed. And that,
It
I
makes me
don't
wonder how
really understand.
YouTubers like Ninja made so much money off of Fortnite when it's just the same game over and 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 over again.
Yeah, I don't, I don't know. I mean,
Just
I
think about it.
mean,
It's the same map. It's nothing changed.
yeah,
I mean, does it? I mean, I don't think there's other maps. I mean,
no.
there's other game modes, I guess, but like
There's
it was
yeah,
just
there's other game modes, but I think it's the same map.
I don't know, man. It's that just reeks of malarkey. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So another franchise, we're going to kind of put two in one here because it's from one of my uh, game developers that hit me hard last year and this year was basically the Elder Scrolls franchise and uh, um, so and I think a lot of people can kind of see if you're listening to this where I'm kind of going with both of those franchises. People, Elder Scrolls, obviously still one of the best RPGs ever made, probably in my opinion. Oblivion, Skyrim. I never played really any of the first couple Oblivions. I never played Morrowind or anything like that, but
Hmm.
I basically found everything I need to know with fucking Oblivion and Skyrim. That's my jam. That's what I think I was on a war path of playing Oblivion for like the last when I got it. I think like 2 months ago, and I had never actually played it all the way through, and I tore through that game.
Hmm.
I tore through it, and I've
Yeah.
never been happier that I've actually tore through a game like that in a long time. I
And which game is
demolished
this
it.
again?
This is Oblivion. Uh,
Oblivion, dude.
yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Oblivion is better than Skyrim.
Yeah, I think it is, but I think
I
Skyrim has like the ability to like make you. It gives you the power complex. Like it gives you like you are the chosen one. You're the boy who lived essentially. Like you have that kind of the boy who lived syndrome
But it's
where
lame. Who wants to play as this like broken character? You literally have to dodge the main quest line
yeah
and like, you know what I mean? Like you can't do the main quest line or you're gonna be like, oh, he's broken.
yeah
You know what I mean?
uh,
Like then you become the Dova King who like does all this crap. Oblivion, you get out of jail, you are just like everybody else.
yep yeah
I mean, maybe you're a little bit overpowered in some way, not really, but like go have fun.
yeah
Uh,
you've got your kinks. Like I mean you've got stuff that you can do, but it's not it's yeah like I said it's not too you're not too broken. But Skyrim did have some like fun stuff. Like Skyrim still is I can still go back and play Skyrim and have a blast doing it. And that's the good thing about Bethesda games. Like that's what they're supposed to be. The replay value is supposed to be there. Where it doesn't matter, you don't have to be online to play Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, New Vegas, Fallout 4. But, and here's the big but,
B, big B, UT.
so somebody thought it was a great idea to go, I think we're going to make the Elder Scrolls a mobile game, and I think we're going to do it MOBA, and we're not going to put any effort into it. And we're going to ship it out, and we're going to see what happens when we have people try to subscribe to it. And that's what
So
happens.
wrong.
That's what happened with Elder Scrolls Online. It's unequivocally what happened. Like people saw this game and they were like, "Oh my God, nothing works." It's a subscription-based game, and they're not adding anything to it for like another year, and like it was literally falling apart. It's the game. I don't think really a whole lot of people have gone back to it because the game just fell apart so quickly. Not even Final Fantasy 14. I think even though I didn't like it, there are people who still liked it and for the base game. But the difference there is the guy who made it, there's like one guy who's in charge of like everything for that game. He actually gave a shit, and he was like, "Nope,
Mhm.
nope, we're restarting." He's like, "No, I don't like what this is. I'm gonna do shit my way, and Square Enix is gonna like it because they're gonna fondle my balls for the next 12 months to let me do whatever I want." And Square Enix said, "Yeah, we put a lot of money behind this. Go ahead." And he
What game are you talking about now?
Final Fantasy 14. The differences between that and Elder Scrolls Online. Uh,
Ah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
But so that game succeeded, while Elder Scrolls Online just kind of again fell into obscurity, and it shows. I mean, I don't. There's no. I don't really see any content for that game besides like the Bethesda E3 thing, and even then, I mean, they did a CGI trailer and were like, "Oh, we're bringing dragons to Elder Scrolls Online." Well, why weren't they in the game in the fucking first place? Because people just got through playing Skyrim. I mean,
You know what's funny about that? You do know that like Tom Holland was just in the commercial for the new Final Fantasy Shadowbringers, right?
yeah, that's like I saw that. That was funny. Him and oh god, what's that guy's name? I
I
forgot.
can't remember. I don't know. He's like
Shit.
he's a comedian, I think.
He used to be on Adult Swim all the time. I forgot what his name was. But but no, I mean, of course, I mean, I think it's a secret by now. Everybody kind of knows the literal fallout of Fallout 76. The
Yeah.
game's a travesty. They're trying to save it now by doing battle royale, because that's the only thing that sells now, and no creativity. We put NPCs in our game. Well, about fucking time.
That was the funniest. Oh my
Like
god!
like
Everyone's
watching,
like,
yeah, everybody's losing their minds, and we're all everybody like in the real world is sitting here like that's I mean, but that's supposed to that's already supposed to be
that was the
there.
stupidest. Like that astounds me because they set themselves up at such a low bar that like NPC.
Yeah,
Think
that
about
was
how low the
their
bar they've set.
oh yeah, that
Just
was
to
their
say, hey, we
big
have
moment.
NPCs.
Yeah. That was what their big thing at the conference was for that game. They were like, "Oh my God, the NPCs have returned." Like I felt like I felt like the Allspark. Like I was giving machines the life again, and like I was creating the Autobots and Decepticons to go into Fallout 76. Like that's what I'm sure that's what Todd, I'm sure it's what
Dude,
Todd
I'm
felt
just
like.
telling you what. I still say that you and I like get together at some point and we just play Fallout 76 and just stream it
And just see
and just
you,
like just to see just where it is now.
yeah.
But like, I mean, not just like I'm not
That
trying to give them credit at all.
yeah,
But I'm just saying that'd be fun.
yeah, that game would have to be on sale for about $5 or even less than that before
No,
I could
I
buy it.
would buy it for $5. No, I
Yeah.
totally would. Actually, I'm gonna look it up right now on GameStop because I'm currently working on internship stuff. So let's see, Fallout 76 PS4 GameStop. Let's see here. It's about God buy new $25. Buy pre-owned $20.
Oh my God. It's still $20?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just surprised they haven't cut their losses and just moved on. Like
Holy
seriously, like I mean that.
moly.
Like I really don't know why they haven't. I don't think anyone would blame them if they just kind of dropped it because this is a flop. Like it. I mean, this is we've already talked about this way back early on our YouTube careers. But God, dude, just imagine it's not like it's at 60. Hold on one sec. Regular price $59.99. It's like scratched out and it's like $24.99.
Oh my God.
Bitch, who is going to freaking pay $60 for that game? If you pay, if oh,
You could spend that money on, I guess. So the same $25 you could spend that on, you can go to Walmart and buy Avatar: The Last Airbender, all 3 seasons for that amount.
you know what else you could buy?
Another game.
Ah, damn it, Danny. Yeah, I was gonna say literally anything else.
God.
That's funny. No, but yeah, I don't. It's I don't know, man. We're talking about all these games. I'm sorry. What are we just going over like things that just like kind of happened, like these companies that went down, or just
Well, no,
what's
I
like
mean,
the
just
topic?
the topic is just basically, I mean, like game franchises that kind of took a
Medal of
turn.
Honor.
Yes.
Medal of Honor. That was, dude. I remember playing the original Medal of
Damn,
Honor
yeah.
Rising Sun. You were there during
Pearl Harbor.
I can't. Pearl Harbor. I can't. That's terrible. I forgot about that. But we don't even talk. You never hear about Pearl Harbor anymore.
Uh-uh.
Like I've not. I don't know. Anywho, but yeah, no, dude, that was a fantastic game. It was probably one of the best games on PS2 in my opinion. Um, I'm playing the second best game right now. It's back at my other apartment. It's a Persona 4,
Mm.
and I got that on PS2. But yeah, dude, no. It's Medal of Honor was a tragedy because I remember they tried to do like this modern shooter and it just kind of flopped. And I don't know if it was bad or not. It just flopped. So
Yeah.
mm,
But I would say, I think another one for me that uh, that kind of ended up doing at least some of the same types of practices and stuff was, which I think 343 Studios was responsible for it, but Halo. Um, I
hmm
think I think Halo is probably one of the greatest tragedies that happened after Halo 3, which I think
hmm
a lot of people, a lot of people really liked ODST, a lot of people liked Reach, even though that was,
ODST wasn't even a full game, and they sold it for full price.
yeah, they did, but
I mean, I had it. I got my parents bought it for me, dude. I remember I was a kid, dude. I loved that game. And
yeah,
I realized there is not a lot to this game, and
no,
they sold it because it's supposed to be a DLC
hmm
to Halo 3, and they're like, no,
yeah,
we're gonna make our
hmm
own game. Yeah, it was wrong.
yeah,
So wrong.
but Halo 4, I mean, that kind of gets, even now Halo 4 kind of gets a mixed bag because a lot of people said the story is still really good, but they started taking a little bit away from the Halo universe to kind of replace it with this kind of the all fathers or the all figures of the universe, and you have to fight them and stuff. It started to get a little bit out of hand with the lore, and I think Halo 5 was where people were really just finally had it. Like they were
Yeah.
like, okay, we were able to forgive some stuff in Halo 4, but not this shit. And considering that you played the Master Chief for 3 missions.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that,
You
man.
played as Master Chief, the face of Halo, for 3 missions.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, but Spartan Lock, fuck Spartan Lock. Who gives a shit about Spartan Lock?" And nobody came here for the poor man's, you know, Wesley Snipe voiceover. We came here for Master Chief, and uh, that's just what people come to Halo for. And the best thing about Master Chief is just that, Spartan Locke. I mean, you already kind of know. He's like the the guy that sent the hunt down Master Chief. The best thing about Master Chief was that you just didn't know who the Chief was. Like that was the whole lore behind Master Chief. He was just a blank slate that would just
hmm
had a little bit of voiceovers when he needed to say something, and that was it. He wasn't supposed to have like feelings or anything like that. He's just a walking killing machine. He's like fucking Judge Dredd.
He's a walking killing
Like he's
machine.
he's the inner he's the intergalactic Judge Dredd. That's all he is. And
Yeah, they
but
basically made the Spartans so to fight off the Covenant because they were losing so bad.
yeah, they were like we need some soulless death machines to rain hell upon these things, and we need to supercharge these motherfuckers. And that's why they started making 7 foot 4 killing monsters, and I mean, that's what they're supposed to be. And 343 was like, nah, but we really want to dive deeper into the character. No, don't. The worst thing you can do to a series is explain the magic. That's the worst thing you can do. If you explain the
Yep.
magic, it means nothing. And usually your explanation of it is worse than somebody else's who's reading the book
Yeah,
or
no
playing the
one
game.
gets that in Hollywood.
Yeah. Like the only uh thing that I can think of that actually explains the magic very well, something like the show like Naruto, where they don't dive too deep into it. They basically just go. It's basically a human
Yeah.
anatomy lesson of like kind of ancient Japanese cultural aspects of the body, and then like the actual human body and how it works.
It's actually really
And
funny watching the first season of Naruto, and it's just like you find out about the, it just takes forever for Kakashi to show his Sharingan,
yeah.
and then it's just like, oh, so that's the Sharingan, and it's like it's super
Everybody's going,
powerful, and
yeah, and
it's
everybody's
like,
going nuts, and they're just like, oh, what causes it? Some chakra goes off in the brain.
and then it's also like, there's so much more to it. Yeah, we'll see you in Naruto Shippuden, like 300 episodes later. We'll see you 300 episodes later. Then you'll see
Oh
it.
my god. That's actually really true though, because they're just like, oh, it can copy moves.
He's the
It
copy
it
ninja.
is, but is that it? No, that's not it. What? Well,
Look, I
what's
just want to say one thing. I think Boruto's better than Naruto.
we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to
I'm
that.
kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
We're gonna table that discussion. But uh, but going back, yeah, I mean, Halo is one of those things that kind of just fell off, and hopefully Halo 6, once the new Xbox launches, that they can kind of fix that, because it needs saving. Like, I don't know who's gonna save it. It just needs somebody to save it. Whether maybe Bungie could pull it back up and do something amazing with it, like
I'm
they did.
telling you,
But
man.
I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
seriously, I look here, man. The new Halo, that's gonna be next gen,
Mm.
and I know it's gonna be next gen, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I seriously doubt it that they're gonna pull. I think Xbox is done because right now there's already reports that the PS5 is already like 2 times faster than the Xbox One.
Oh shit.
That's what I've been hearing. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we haven't
somebody's
even
not. Some,
seen which is what I'm actually interested. If that's the case, and they do a live demo of some of the stuff that's coming out for that, and they actually have like gameplay footage to show, oh, it'll be
hmm.
over.
I guess my question is for
It'll be
you.
over.
My question for you is: are you going to get the PS5 as soon as it's out?
Mm. I'm not sure. Uh,
Because
I'm
apparently Starfield is. I think Starfield's a new game for PS5. I think. 'Cause I
yeah.
think they're going straight for the next gen. But yeah,
I honestly don't know because I'm afraid about what they're gonna price it at. Uh,
I think it's going to. Well, it depends on Trump and if uh, the tax on
the
gaming.
embargo, yeah, and yeah.
The one thing I don't agree with on Trump. Yeah,
Um,
definitely, it does not need to happen.
so I think though, from what it sounds like at least, is that they're probably gonna shoot for the 399 to 499, and that makes a huge difference though. If it's 399, yeah, I can afford to save up to get that. I'm lucky enough that I
599
have
is just God. That's strange.
five ninety nine, and you're gonna have a hard time
Well,
putting
you know
that
what they're
as a
going to do? They're
selling
going to be like, hey, if
price.
you trade in your PS4 and then you get a pretty good discount on it.
Yeah, but then you're gonna be like, as soon as you do that, and the new system only has like 3 titles that you can play, you're gonna be like, holy
Well,
shit, why did I trade
there
in my
is talk that
PS4?
it is going to be cross compatible.
That wouldn't be too bad.
If it is not cross compatible, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I am done. I'd rather just spend money and build a nice computer. Like
Yeah.
seriously, I mean, like honestly, there's no point. Why would you spend, dude? There's no reason why you should spend that much money, and like you can't use the previous games. It's not right.
Yeah. If it is cross
But
compatible though, they'll be the savior of the people.
I'm just getting tired of like all these games having to like have online services
Mhm.
for every single game. Not every game
Yeah.
needs online services.
Yeah, no, of course, and it doesn't. Like,
Which I bet why they may not do it, but they have to do it. They
yeah.
literally have to, or I'll
Yeah.
be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, like, the I think one of my favorite ones that never required it, I think, was Type Zero, Final Fantasy Type Zero. They never required you to go online and things like that. But that was
Hmm.
also because it was a HD remaster of a PSP game, so that's probably why. Um, but I think another franchise too that kind of lost a little bit of its edge, for me at least. I can't really speak for anybody else, but Uh, for me, the Tales series, the like the Tales of Zestria, Tales of Vesperia, uh, a lot of that
Yeah.
series kind of lost a little bit of it because I actually played Vesperia and loved it. Played Zestria, liked it. Uh, Once they started coming out with like Tales of Berseria and like the other Tales game, I
Whoa,
think
whoa,
that came
you
before
like
that.
Zestaria?
I like the first one, not the second one. There's two of them.
Oh, I don't. Oh, sorry. That's good. It gets confusing. Vesperia is not bad. I mean, I kind of got it, but never played it.
Yeah. The I really my favorite one was probably Tales of Shilia. Tales of Shilia was I really like that one, but yeah, Tales of Berseria was definitely not my favorite. I didn't like the art style they went with. I didn't like really like too much of that. Yeah, which is bad because it was like their first like really big like female I think lead character for their Tales series, and I was like, oh, she looks like a badass. Well, the story is just garbage. It's hot trash. I don't know how else to say it. She's about the only interesting character in the entire game, uh, really, and even not that at most. So it's not like it wasn't like a Final Fantasy 13 where Lightning got progressively better as a character over time. No, this this character is not. She's not really savable, unlike Lightning, who actually is. But uh, the uh, another series, I guess, that kind of started to get progressively worse um, was, of course, Battlefront. Uh, we've had plenty of opportunities on our channel to go ahead and thrash the new Battlefronts and talk about how good the old ones were. And uh, the original Battlefront 3 that Pandemic was going to make, actually combining both land and air combat and the space combat into the same map, and you still had the heroes, you still had all this sort of stuff that they were in development with, and it got canceled for some reason. It looked really good. You can watch videos on YouTube of the prototype, kind of the alpha of what they were making, and it looked really good. Like, it looked fantastic, actually, and we just never got to see it. And then, DICE comes up, and EA, since they have the rights to the Star Wars license, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna remake Battlefront," and everybody was. I remember I was shitting my pants when I saw the trailer for it first. I
Oh
was
yeah, there's people that I was showing it to, and they were like,
yeah,
they're freaking out.
everybody was flipping balls about this, and then we played it, and we all got
Then
we all got bored probably within about the first hour and a half. Uh, I think if we're being honest with ourselves, we started playing it, and I think we all got bored within in about an hour and a half because it was an arcade game. That's all it was. It was like you spending $120 for a deluxe edition of Time Crisis. And even Time Crisis kind of puts that to shame because Time Crisis actually had a story. Uh, but yeah, Battlefront one, Battlefront 2 was supposed to be the saving grace. It was supposed to be the okay, we fucked up. Let's forget about Battlefront, and Battlefront 2, we're gonna get everything right. There's not gonna be any DLC. We're not gonna split the player base. Everything's gonna be okay. And we all said, "Oh man, this sounds really good, man. This sounds." But let alone we fell for the lies of the Jedi, and we ended up getting
honestly, man,
suckered into that shit.
there's just no way that people would have known. And that's the thing about games, man. You really have to. It's like you're playing Russian roulette. You don't know what's going to happen or what you're going to get for real. And people just bought the game and they were just really disappointed. And like, I don't blame them.
Yeah,
Not 1 second do I blame them.
especially
It was a
after we
letdown.
after me and you put a ton of. I think there was probably a weekend where I think we played it almost
I mean, we
virtually
played
non.
it. We did a lot of videos. We played it. It wasn't
Yeah,
just for weekend. It
we
was a
we we
long.
virtually. But I remember there was like one weekend where I think we probably put at least 30 hours into it in one weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we played a lot of it, man.
Yeah.
And it's just it's crazy to think that I don't know, man. I there are times I miss it, but there's times I don't, just because just how they made it is so unbelievably frustrating on so many different levels. When it comes to the heroes, when it comes to the gunplay, when it comes to the lag, the freaking lag. Um, I don't
The
know, man.
guns that you
I
actually
just
have, uh, the the unbalance, of course. Anakin Skywalker was the bane of our existence, and PTSD from him too. Uh, and fucking Darth Maul and Obi-Wan being 200 points that one week that we played, uh, where you had everyone and their mother running around as Obi-Wan or Darth Maul, and it was just as absolutely is terrible. Honestly, the more I think about what we did that week playing it, I was just like, why are we playing this game where Obi-Wan and Darth Maul are guaranteed to rape us? Like, they will absolutely just fondle us, and it was just statutory crimes at the max is what it was, and we
mm.
just were like, yeah, we fucked that shit, which we rightly, I think,
And you betrayed
yeah,
us.
but I think rightly so. I think we definitely that video, which you guys should check out. I think we ripped that one a new asshole. And
Dude, I haven't even looked at that
I
video
did.
in a
I watched
while.
it. I'd say we ripped it a new asshole.
I think I started off saying, "What
Yeah, he
the
said, no, he said, fuck this game, fuck this game. That's what he started out the stream.
Oh, how many views do I have on that? At
We
50, at
probably,
52 views.
yeah,
That's
we had
that's
it,
not bad for my channel.
yeah,
Um,
but we
I have a God.
we ripped it a new butthole. And I'll say probably one of the last franchises I'll talk
Here
about
we
before we
go.
go on to my other thing that I want to talk about die
Fuck this
with.
game. Fuck this stupid
I
ass.
didn't even hear myself laughing in the background.
Fuck this stupid ass.
I have the weirdest relationship with this fucking game. It reminds me.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I'm about to say, do you
I
think?
can't listen
I
to
wonder
it.
if YouTube will actually copyright this video of us reacting to our own video.
Probably
How
not. Even
how funny would that be?
Jesus.
But no, I think the last one I kind of wanted to touch a little bit on was again just from kind of my vantage point was uh, I would say one of my favorite franchises, which was Soul Calibur. Um, Soul Calibur fell off for a lot of people after 2 came out. 2 came out on the PS2. You had 3 versions that you could get. Each one had its like own little secret character. Like the Xbox had Spawn. Uh, the GameCube had Link. Uh, and
Linkestad? Oh, sorry, wrong
Link
link.
But and then PS2, of course, they had Heihachi. I think it was originally going to be Dante, but they or Cloud, but they made a last minute tweak on it and put
Not in a
Heihachi.
million years.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm talking about?
yes, but they had, but they kind of felt like Soul Calibur 3 is still probably my favorite of the series, uh, and in a lot of ways it did improve on 2. But I think a lot of people agree after 3, the franchise really started to get off the rails with like the story, uh, who was doing what in the story, why characters were doing what in the story. Because Soul Calibur is like one of the very few games that actually have a story for like a really fleshed out background. They even went down to like their height and blood type, their weight, and like all sorts of like just really weird stuff. Had a museum where you could watch them do their fighting styles and stuff. Like each one, like Raphael was just like a fencer. You could just sit him and watch him like fence in his little stage area that he does. Uh, and a lot of this, but Soul Calibur 3 probably had the best voice acting of the series too, because my boy Crispin Freeman, aka Itachi, was in that game. So that was pretty dope. He played Siegfried, and that was probably the best Siegfried we've ever had. Um, but uh, it was a really good game. 4 was not bad. It's probably one of the better, definitely one of the better Soul Calibur things that actually has the Soul Calibur name on it. But they tried to make it too much like Mortal Kombat at the time, where you could have like a super fatality move that they do, and they changed some of the mechanics where it kind of felt like you were moving in like quicksand. Like you just couldn't move in the game. It was a game that like prided itself on like the fluidity of the all the characters' fighting styles were so fluid. Even the big guys. Like there's a guy with a giant axe. And if I put him in Soul Calibur 5, that character, if I just put him in Soul Calibur 5, he would destroy everybody because everyone's moving so slow. It looks like someone's stopping time. And the combat suffered so bad that nobody wanted to play Soul Calibur anymore. They just didn't. And thank God for Soul Calibur 6. Thank God for that game, because
Thank God Almighty.
it feels like you can actually move with your feet again. Like it doesn't feel like you suffer from a stroke every time you press the down pad button. Like it actually feels like you're moving and you're responsive. Uh, the the characters still have super moves and stuff, which a lot of people are kind of iffy about. But a lot of people they're like, okay, well this is a step in the right direction. Way to go! The people who made Tekken 7, still one of the best fighting games of all time, in my opinion, have were developed the game too, and so Tekken 7 is really based off of like Footsie's fighting style, like a Footsie's ground game, where Soul Calibur is completely different, where it's supposed to be super fast paced. It's supposed to be like really high energy and like the not really too big on combos necessarily, like just a regular fighting game combos, but more based off of like the weapons and how they're moving, what each weapon can do. Like every character has a certain range, and every character like goes through like they're from different backgrounds, like from Europe and Asia, and they fight seemingly like you would think a ninja or a samurai or a Zweihander knight or even a demonic freak of nature would end up fighting, like a nightmare being a perfect example of that.
Can I tell you something funny real fast?
What's that?
Every single time you talk, when I move the left analog stick, like your voice cracks up.
Shit, that is funny.
Oh my God, that's so weird. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to share that because I didn't know that was actually a thing that was possible to lag. Okay, sorry.
Damn. But anyway, that's kind of my kind of list of just some things that I had. I was talking about with Di before we started the stream. Now comes the fun part of the stream. Don't want to end it on a negative note, because that's not how we do around here. Another thing that I really want to talk about, since Di told me that him and somebody else were watching Naruto, and it got me to thinking about what we would consider the top tier, most powerful characters in Naruto.
Oh God, this is such a you video.
Oh yeah.
Top tier. At the end of Shippuden, obviously Naruto and Sasuke.
Oh yeah, they're like ninja gods. Yeah, they're they're ninja gods. Like that's literally all they are at the end of Shippuden.
That's literally it. That's what they are.
Because think about it like this: Naruto in regular like the nine-tailed fox like glow up mode, he like just blitzes the Raikage, who is supposed to be like the fastest ninja. He just blitzes him. Just straight up. This is not Naruto even at the end of the war arc. This is Naruto on his way to the war arc. and he just blitzes the Raikage.
Do you have this game called Saint Seiya Soldier's Soul?
Yeah.
Okay, they're all free, by the way. There's
Oh
all these
wow.
deals for PS Plus.
Damn.
So I feel like I had to tell you that because Saint Seiya. But
Oh yeah. I ended up buying that. I think I bought that game for not too much on the PS Store when it was out. I think I bought it for like $20 when it was actually on the PS Store, which is a great price for that game. That game has a lot of content. But anyway, so yeah, we got Naruto and Sasuke. Those are like non sequiturs. Like we have, you know, uh, like just think about the ways that Sasuke could just molest about 99% of everybody in the Naruto universe at the end of the war arc. He has, since he still has both of his arms, um, it's I guess that was a man, that's 4R, but whatever. You should watch Naruto. Fuck off. But he has a perfect Susanoo, which is Japanese for fucking unstoppable. Um, he has his Rinnegan with the Tomoe with the actual Sharingan pattern in it. So he basically has all Sage of Six Paths powers and perfect Susanoo. Deal with that shit pretty much. I mean, he'll just delete everything. He can literally split a mountain. What's somebody from the fucking Hyuga clan gonna do about fucking splitting mountains? I remember when the Hyuga were like a big deal in like the original, like just Naruto Part 1. They're like, oh dude, the Hyuga are like, they're like one of the most secret clans in all of Naruto. By the end of Shippuden, they're fucking worthless.
yep.
Like
Yep.
they're absolute trash. Besides like maybe Neji, who was like the only useful clan member. You know, like everybody's like, well, what about Hinata? Let's be real, Hinata didn't do shit. Uh,
You know what
she's
she did? She got laid.
Yeah,
That's
she became a sperm banquet for Naruto essentially throughout the end of
we have Himari now. Gosh, that adorable kid.
yeah. Um, but so basically, um, what of course we have the brokenness that is Obito. Um, Obito basically has the most overpowered uh like physical ocular jutsu probably ever. Dude, Kamui is broken. List me some counters to Kamui.
There's none.
Oh, exactly. Um,
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I know. Like you set me up to like, I
yeah.
have no idea.
No, that you answered correctly. Even if I gave you multiple choice, they would have all been the same answer. Nothing. Nothing counters Kamui is just really hard to deal with in the Naruto universe. Like, if you think about what Kamui does, he just gets to suck people into a dimension. And somebody's gonna throw some damn shuriken at this guy and be like, haha, got him. No. No. You literally can't do anything about it. You cannot do anything about him. And not only can he suck you into a dimension, he can just make his body intangible and just go through objects. He can go through solid objects. So, like, if you just toss some shuriken at him, he just comboys himself into non-existence, essentially. Yeah, good luck dealing with that shit. I mean, like, real, like, have fun with that, fam. Uh, fucking, even, not even, like, Tailed Beast Madara, just Madara. Like, just fucking Madara. He tamed the Nine Tails. He got the Mangekyo. He had the internal Mangekyo Sharingan. He could do the perfect Susanoo. He all of his jutsus required like 10 other top level ninjas to put out one of his fire jutsus. And they didn't even like beat it.
Yeah.
They just canceled it. They just canceled it out. They're like, oh damn, this guy's the real deal. And of course, he had the Rinnegan. He could just summon fucking meteors. I remember me and
I'll never get
Diane,
over. Yeah,
we
yeah.
were
It's
playing J
like, huh,
Stars,
it's not
and
this. Over the next one.
yeah, literally, like, what do you like? He would just send two meteorites on on your ass. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna be, let's get some, let's toss some shuriken at it. Boy, get your ass out of there. Like, literally, like, you gotta get your ass out of the hills. Like,
Get
you just,
clapped.
yeah, like, Madara's just, I don't know what Kishimoto was doing making a character like Madara. Like, or Obito. I don't know what he was thinking giving them those abilities. Like, they're just, by the war arc, there's just not a whole lot to cast besides like Naruto, Sasuke, and maybe sometimes Sakura and Kakashi can do anything to them.
Sakura
Like,
was the most useless character.
yeah, she luckily, she actually did have some really good moments in the war arc, like when she did like the 100 healings thing, where like she was like tanking hits and like just healing herself. Like that's bad because you basically enter God mode with the 100 healings. Like you can't die, and it's actually pretty badass. So she's extremely useful in the war arc because she's the only one fucking healing anyone. Like like Naruto's getting his ass wore out, and she's like, "All right, Naruto, chill out. Let me heal you. Get you back in the fight." Like, and everybody else is just dying, and she's like, "All right, we got to get Naruto back in the fight." Like that. So in that aspect, she's probably one of the more useful people in the war arc because she's just healing Naruto and Sasuke all the time, and Kakashi because the Kakashi like broke the plot to be a to actually do anything in the war arc. Uh, but that's another character I'd say is overpowered. Just Kakashi. Kakashi in general is just overpowered because he's like the first character we see with the Sharingan. He's the first character we see use the Sharingan, and he's the first person we see that actually gets a double both Sharingan through the most bullshit way ever. When he fights the end boss in Naruto, uh, that literally the most bullshit thing I've ever seen. But so Kakashi's just broken. All of his stuff, since he has the other half of Kamui, he can just teleport shit in and out of the place that he just wants to. And oh, you know who was really overpowered? Uh, Nagato. Fucking Pain.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Pain's broken.
Pain
Without love.
pain. I can't get enough pain.
Dude, Pain, like, if you think about it, like, Pain mastered all five chakra natures, and but when he was like 12 or something like that, like he was just so fucking good, and even Jiraiya was like, yeah, this guy's way too good, and he's like I would say he's like top like 25 in the Naruto universe, and the only abilities he ever used were Rinnegan abilities. He never used any other ability, like ever. He never used any other ability. Like he summoned the Geto
Nope.
statue, he did the Shinra Tensei, Bansho Tenin, Shibaku Tensei, like all that sort of stuff. Summoning
Is
jutsus
it
where
Chewbacca Tensei?
uh what was it? No, Chibaku Tensei. Yep, yeah, yeah. Because that's the
Chewbacca?
yeah Chibaka Tensei.
I know
But
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Chewbacca did a yeah. Like literally like it basically like that move alone is just like game that's GG. Like he literally holds a gravity
Give me
sphere
a
in his
ring.
hands. Yeah, give me your ring. He basically creates a moon.
Well, that's broken.
Like that it just traps you in it. And it's just so he can rip your soul out. Like that's an instant GG move. he
But
would
Dad,
he would no but dad nothing. He rips your soul out of your body,
but Dad,
and he has
why
the
you gotta do
for
that?
like a ninja tool. He has the perfect interrogation ninja tool. He has the King of the Dead as like one of his like abilities, like the big head thing that can like
That just
not
sounds
only
broken.
he can heal his own bodies while you're in the King of the Dead. Like it just heals you of all injuries. That there doesn't appear to be any chakra limit at all to it, because he just spams it the entire time, and all the pains just come out healed and normal again. So there doesn't appear to be any limit to the amount of times he can just heal someone and bring them back to life. And then
Wake me up. Sorry.
and then he has the ability to just like the same head can like hold on to a person's tongue, their actual tongue in their mouth, and tell if they're lying or not. It's the ultimate interrogation technique for a ninja.
It's like he got Wonder Woman's ability through dubious means.
Yeah, yeah, the lasso of truth. Yeah, fucking.
Oh, that's a
Oh my god, but like um, he's not really overpowered, but like as far as like his intellect, Shikamaru, I think, is like probably one of the like smartest motherfuckers in that show, if not the smartest person. Like he was never really like a good fighter, but because he has like one trick, and it's just like the little shadow thing that he does. That's his like one trick pony jutsu, and after
I
that
like how
he's
he's
fucked.
fighting Tsunade or Tsunari,
Hmm.
like the girl with the wind fan, I guess. I don't know how you describe that crap.
Oh yeah,
And he's like, all right, I surrender. She's like, wait, what? It's like,
yeah,
yep, I'm out of chakra. But yeah, no, like,
yeah.
he gets to like go to freaking was it
Jonin level.
Joni? He gets to be Joni in Naruto. I don't get it.
Yeah, that Naruto is still a Genin by the end of the war.
That's the one thing I hate the most about Naruto
Yeah, like
is
they they they
that
basically
pissed me off.
It was Kishimoto's way of being like, oh, Naruto still has a lot to learn. It's just the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard. Like
Where?
he literally saves the ninja world, and they're like, yeah, but I mean he's still got a lot to learn.
He's still a bitch.
Yeah, I was like, well, you know what, you're a bit because like it like literally he 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 already like technically he's already mastered uh like multiple nature transformations, so that should automatically make him a Jonin level. Yeah, there's a special episode that they produced where Naruto gets to take the tuning exams again, and he fights Konohamaru. And
God, that didn't even make me. That wasn't even funny to watch. That made me actually upset watching that.
but like I mean, it's still like it was still like it's a good little fight, like just to show like Konohamaru has he's still got some skills. Like he pulled out the Saratobi and the Asuma tricks. So that was actually pretty good. He got Naruto off guard a little bit. So and mind you, this is base Naruto that was like probably I think had the like QB chakra or no, yeah, it was I think it was yeah, I think it was QB chakra already. So you already had that along. But the most dumb thing happens in the tuning exam that time where they're like, "Oh yeah, Naruto has to fight in base form. He can't use anything." And you're just like, "What?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, he can't use Sage Jutsu." And everybody's like, but Sasuke got to use the Sharingan in the tuning exams? One of the
Oh, that's right. And the freaking
literally,
Chidori.
yeah, one of the most broken ability in Naruto is the Sharingan. It's literally like it's hacks written all over it. And Sasuke gets to use it, but Naruto can't use Sage Mode?
I'll sway.
Like, if you think about all the stuff that the Sharingan actually can do versus the things that Sage Mode can do, I mean, they're still equally broken. I mean, Sage Mode puts you in like a whole different tier of like godhood and that. Even the people in like the beginning of Shippuden when Naruto mastered Sage Mode, they're like, yeah, he's in a whole different league than us now. And But Sasuke, by the time, even before Shippuden, and he has all three of the Tomoe on his Sharingan, and even he's like keeping up with Tailed Beast Naruto. And they're like, oh, this can't be broken at all. Let him use it. The Byakugan in Naruto was broken. It was absolutely broken. You could cut off someone's chakra, and they just become completely fucking useless. Like the Byakugan, if they hit you with the Gentle Fist, you are completely useless. If they hit you once, you become useless.
It's silly. It's silly for sure.
Yeah. Orochimaru is broken as fuck too.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. At the beginning of Naruto Shippuden, yeah.
I would say even towards a little bit of the end of Shippuden, because
He didn't really do anything.
I mean he had some moments where he like used to like pop up towards the end of it, like because he was Sasuke absorbed him, like that one fight that him and Sasuke have, but
Yeah,
after
Tachi got him out.
yeah, Itachi got it, but even then he didn't really, because he doesn't completely seal Orochimaru. He seals like a good portion of his power, but he doesn't actually seal him. And but because he's a slippery little thing. Uh, but yeah, he doesn't really do a whole lot at the end of it. But I mean, he's still one of the three Sanin. Like he's still kind of in the upper echelon of power. As far as like, he just can't die. Like that, just sometimes it just seems impossible to kill him.
He will never
He'll,
die.
oh, never die. Uh, but like even at
Impressive, man, Defender.
very impressive actor defender. Uh, but they had like they had, even after Sasuke absorbed me, I was like, wow, that's the end of Orochimaru. Like,
You wrong.
yeah, wrong. Uh, who else is over? Oh, Might Guy.
Yeah.
Might Guy, he's just broken. The Eight Gates Might Guy. He almost killed Madara, who had absorbed all the tailed beast chakra. And at this point, Madara can only be hurt by two things: Taijutsu and Senjutsu. Guess who has Senjutsu? Naruto.
Satan. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and Satan. But,
He said Senjutsu. He said Senjutsu. I had to. I'll go home after that.
it's yeah. All right, guys, we're in.
Go home. You're drunk.
But thanks
You
for
didn't
tuning
expect
in.
that, did you?
But yeah. So I guess the only two people that can hurt Madara at that point are Naruto and Eight Gates Might Guy. They're the only people that can do shit to him. Because at this point, Minato got his arm fucking cut off or something like that, some weird shit. When he was reanimated, but Hashirama, Senju too, broken as hell. I don't know what Kishimoto was doing making that character either, because he was stupid. When he introduced him, you're like, oh, okay, this is a story about ninja. Hashirama breaks out a Gundam mech Buddha statue of 1,000 wooden arms and descends them upon the nine-tailed fox controlled by Madara.
Broken.
How is this a story about ninja?
It kind of just goes past that to just ridiculous levels.
That was like where the anime started to become full shonen. Like where it was like, all right, it's just about power levels now. Like who has the bigger slinger? Like who has the big dick energy in the room? And Kishimoto still ended up with it being Naruto, but goddamn, Hashirama was a fucking close, top 5, I guess. Because think about this, Hashirama got reanimated, which means he could never run out of chakra, and he could just spam wood style, which is like maybe one of the strongest things, because think about like all the people who got really strong by getting like Hashirama cells, like Danzo, fucking Orochimaru, uh, Madara, Obito. Like they were all literally sucking his wiener to get like some of his like genes inside of him. Like they were literally like jacking Hashirama off throughout the entire series to get some of this guy's cells. Like everyone was just jumping with joy if you could get Hashirama cells injected into your bloodstream and have some type of like Hashirama AIDS syndrome, because like you could literally not die. Like you could just use whatever jutsu you want on auto fire if you have Hashirama cells. Oh, you've got a problem with the plot? Just plug Hashirama cells into it. It solves everything, because he's he's literally the goat of everybody's existence, because he's so fucking nasty that literally people are trying to suck the rest of the semen out of his balls to try and get the most power they can. And they literally will not continue it. Even in Baruto, they try to continuously jack Hashirama off.
God, I don't know. I don't like thinking about just how broken that freaking show got.
Oh, it is. And Boruto's setting itself up to be even more broken, because like
I don't know.
all of these kids have mastered like S rank jutsu. They've mastered it. They've
Yeah, it's
all
just,
mastered S rank jutsu. No one can touch them.
I don't know, man. It's just after you went slow and then went fast, it's like a relationship. It's hard to go from fast to slow, but it's easier to go slow to
Yeah,
fast.
slow to
You know?
fast. That's what the
Exactly
original
what kind
yeah.
of,
That's what the
yeah.
original Naruto was. It was slow to fast, and that's the way it should be. Fast to slow is just like, oh my god, here we go, another filler episode where nothing gets accomplished. Even the
Another
Naruto,
filler episode of Dragon Ball
yeah,
Budokai.
even the Naruto filler got more accomplished.
Yeah.
Like there's literally just like filler arc of Itachi that actually explains Itachi. Like that actually does something to the story. The Boruto filler is just like, hey Boruto, what are we doing today? Oh, we're gonna joke around. Ha 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 ha. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, like I just don't understand it. The good thing Kishimoto, I don't think, is actually involved in that show anymore. I think he just kind of let it go off the rails, which I guess is kind of good and bad, because I mean it's still got your character's name attached to it, like the character that you like really like, and he's being destroyed on a cellular level almost. But and even what they did with my boy Sasuke in that show, like Sasuke's just like, yeah, I want to be a dad, but I don't. But then I gotta do stuff for Naruto. But I really want to be a dad, but I don't. But I gotta protect Ninja World, but I want to be a dad. And I'm just like, God damn, Sasuke, make up your fucking mind, dude. Like, is this what Itachi would have wanted you to do? It's almost like Sasuke just sometimes just forgets the whole goal he has at the end of Shippuden. Like he's just like, yeah, all this stuff about my brother and honoring his, wish and stuff. Fuck that, I mean, I gotta go slay Sakura again. Like it's, I don't know. And what's up? So, aren't the Uchiha supposed to have like just these amazing eyes, like these amazing visual jutsu,
Well,
and
not
they're
all
supposed
of
to be
them.
like,
Only select people of them.
yeah, but like, but I mean, the Uchiha still have the ability to like gain the Sharingan. Like they have it in their genes to, under certain duress or great heightened emotion, they can any of the Uchiha can actually achieve the Sharingan. Not everybody, but they have the ability to do it. And so, could somebody tell me why Sarda has glasses?
Because his eyes get itchy, I guess.
Because their eyes get itchy.
Well, hold on. Sorry. All right, sorry. I think I was thinking about Kakashi's
Oh, his
Obito.
little headband thing. Well, he couldn't even turn his off, so he didn't count. But so Sarda is a member, or one of the descendants of the members of one of the most visually gifted clans in the entire Naruto universe, and she has to wear glasses. what? Who the? I mean, who the fuck made this decision? Like, who was at the drawing board and said, you know, it'd be really cool if we gave one of the Uchiha members glasses because she can't see worth shit. But they're like, well, what
That
about
I don't
the?
even know.
They're like, well, what about the Sharingan? She can see literally everything. But yeah, but she's got to have the glasses on, help with vision out a little bit more. How are you gonna copy them hand signs with that weak ass vision? How you gonna put in that work, princess? Like really? And then of course Boruto actually has visual jutsu fucking out the yin yang. And but the best thing about Naruto is like, like we all know Naruto had like the fox inside of him. Everybody knew he had the nine-tailed fox, but even then he couldn't control it, nor could he like access it at first. He didn't even realize sometimes that the fox was there. He just got told that he was the Jinchuriki. Like that was the most anybody told him, and so he literally knows nothing about it. He works his ass off, and like gets to where he is because he's all about friendship. Basically, talk no jutsu, the most powerful thing in Naruto, where Naruto just talks his enemy into coming over to his side, and that's probably the most broken jutsu of all time. It's just talk no jutsu, and so yeah, I mean that's just it's still very anime as fuck, but in some cases talk no jutsu has a really good use. Like Gaara, Gaara was a really good example of talk no jutsu working very well. Uh, Speaking of OP characters, Gaara, Jesus, Gaara for like
Who?
Gaara,
Yeah.
Gaara's broken as hell. He became like the Kazekage at like 15. Everybody was just
Yeah.
like, everybody's just like, yeah, Gaara's unfucking touchable, and they're like, yeah, right. Because if you think about it, the only reason Gaara even got weakened was because all the like two members of the Akatsuki like teamed up on his ass, and he's like the only useful person in the Sand Village. Like every all the ninja in the Sand Village are literally fucking trash besides Gaara.
Yep. Every single one.
Like it's literally Gaara versus the Akatsuki. That's what that arc should have been called.
Yeah, it's really bad when I remember watching that.
Because they're like, oh my god, Lord Gaara, let me wank you off real quick. Whereas he's just like, hey, you don't mind, I'm trying to protect the whole village from a nuclear bomb. And even then, he actually didn't really get into fighting anybody because he's too busy fucking guarding off a fucking nuclear holocaust of the Sand Village. And even then, Sasuke ended up killing Deidara. But, uh, overpowered character Itachi, uh, Tsukiyomi, and unstoppable Genjutsu. Um, there didn't Itachi didn't he have a jutsu where he could literally just point at you and you would go under a Genjutsu?
I don't remember.
I think he did it to Naruto. Yeah. When he put that crow thing inside of Naruto for like later on so he could use it. Ephemeral. That's what it's called. Literally unstoppable jutsu too because he just points at you. You don't even have to look at his eyes. He just points at you and you're under a Genjutsu. Like that fucking stupid. Like that's
Hmm.
like how would you like it if somebody just walked across you on the street, just points at you and you see hallucinations for the next 24 hours? Broken as fuck. I mean it's just like like it's it's just stupid. And then Shisui Uchiha literally had the most powerful genjutsu ever conceived. Freaking Kodo Matsukami or whatever it was called.
Hmm.
He could literally make anybody do whatever he wanted to do. That's what the jutsu was called. It was called Game Over Jutsu, where he literally just told you what you were going to do. It's almost like the Geass from Code Geass.
Hmm.
Like he literally looks at you and says, "I want you to do this, and you're gonna do it until you do it." And they go, "Yes, sir, no problem."
Broken.
And he could use it like an unlimited amount of times. Like Donzo used it once, and he was like, "Oh yeah, because I have Hashirama cells, I can use it like once a day." Stupid. Broken. Like it's just so dumb. There's too many. That show had too many characters that had too many just tools they could just break out whenever they wanted to, and could just do shit like that. Shishui Uchiha being like one of the least known characters, but definitely one of the most ass-pull characters that you could probably have in an anime, because he literally just did. I don't even know how Danzo got his other eye when he could just put Danzo under the genjutsu and just make him do whatever he wanted to do. But um, anyway, but those are just two of the conversations I wanted to have on the stream. But since I haven't done a stream in a while, and I wanted to show off my new stuff for Warframe a little bit, I'm still working on. Actually, if we go into my stuff that I'm building right now, I actually have some floor mount building and a new Warframe mag, which is one of the starter Warframes that I just kind of ended up piecing up together. I just farming around for a little bit yesterday, but also have Space Hound, um, which is incubating right now, but Space Hound will be ready soon enough. Had to let the little girl sleep. But Space Hound will be joining us on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. And this is Poor Man's Lubu, Aries from Aries Game Production. Sign off. And make sure to check out my boy, Professor Diehard's channel as well, because he's my boy, and you just need to check out the channel in general, because he's already got some good content on there.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully one of his content one day, whenever they release the Warframe update, will be us invading the Grenadier ships on missions, which will be pretty dope. Hopefully we can get that rolling. I think that update is actually coming out near the holiday season. So it's not coming out anytime soon, but I think it is coming up pretty in the span at least, a couple months. So at least they've got a kind of a game plan for it. I'm kind of looking forward to the graphical overhaul for the game too, because the game already looks pretty, but I feel like that kind of that next generation step that they were talking about is going to do a lot wonders for the game and the longevity of it, at least, because they're going to have space battles. You'll still have the kind of the planetary thing. You go from planet to planet. I don't think that's going to change. I do think that the whole scale of the game is going to change kind of off that, though, and it'll give you a lot more to do. You will want to spend your resources on going into outer space with your ship, because right now your ship just kind of feels really, especially if you're a new player, your ship just kind of feels empty, and there's not really a whole lot to do. It's kind of just your little hub world that you have until you've started, of course, playing like the Second Dream, the Sacrifice, the War Within. That kind of starts to open up your ship a little bit, but until then, I mean, you have your infested room that you can go into sometimes, and that's it. That's just to get rid of your cyst on your neck. But I mean, that's it essentially. But I'll see you guys later. Signing off. Peace. Deuces. See ya.